Good morning. I am Day. DAA are my initials. I am in recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. In my years of active recovery, I have found that upon awakening, it is useful to affirm and devote myself to the me of my recovery, the one that ties all of the pieces together gently, lovingly, and sometimes even fiercely to face each day. With these daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations, walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection. And remember that you are not alone. Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. January 30th. Freedom from, freedom to. We are going to know a new freedom. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 83. Freedom for me is both freedom from and freedom to. The first freedom I enjoy is freedom from that slavery of alcohol. What a relief! Then I begin to experience freedom from fear, fear of people, of economic insecurity, of commitment, of failure, of rejection. Then I begin to enjoy freedom too. Freedom to choose sobriety for today, freedom to be myself, freedom to express my opinion, to experience peace of mind, to love and be loved, and freedom to grow spiritually. But how can I achieve these freedoms? The Big Book clearly says that before I am halfway through making amends, I will begin to know a new freedom, not the old freedom of doing what I pleased without regard to others, but the new freedom that allows fulfillment of the promises in my life. What a joy to be free. Fair use. Courage to change one day at a time in Al Anon, January 30th. Living with alcoholism, I learned that plans could change at any moment and that rules varied accordingly. I developed a deep mistrust of everyone and everything because I could count on nothing. As a result, I have often found myself jumping at any opportunity without thinking it through. Behind my action was a sense of desperation. I better grab this now. This may be my only chance. Al Anon shows me a different approach. I can live one day at a time. I can base my choices on what I feel is right for me today, rather than what I fear I might lose sometime in the future. I can think before I react to my fears and remember that easy does it. If I feel unable to do something today, I trust that there will be another opportunity if it is something I am meant to do. It doesn't have to be now or never, all or nothing. Today's reminder. Today, I don't have to be limited by my old fears. Instead, I can do what seems right. I do not have to follow every suggestion or take every offer I receive. I can consider my options and pray for the guidance to choose what is best for me. There is a guidance for each of us, and by lowly listening, we shall hear the right word. Place yourself in the middle of the stream of power and wisdom which flows into your life. Then, without effort, you are impelled to truth and to perfect contentment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Fair use. Just for today. Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts. January 30th. We must give freely and gratefully that which has been freely and gratefully given to us. Basic text, page 49. In recovery, we receive many gifts. Perhaps one of the greatest of these gifts is the spiritual awakening that begins when we stop using. Growing stronger each day, we apply the steps in our lives. The new spark of life within is a direct result of our new relationship with a higher power, a relationship initiated and developed by living the 12 steps. Slowly, as we pursue our program, the radiance of recovery dispels the darkness of our disease. One of the ways we express our gratitude for the gifts of recovery is to help others find what we've found. We can do this in any number of ways: by sharing in meetings, making 12-step calls, accepting a commitment to sponsorship, or volunteering for H&I or phone line duty. The spiritual life given to us in recovery asks for expression, for we can only keep what we have given. I'll back up. We can only keep what we have by giving it away. Just for today, the gift of recovery grows when I share it. I will find someone with whom to share it. Fair use. Today, Emotions Anonymous, January 30th. Reflection for today. When I see greeting cards that say happy birthday from your secret pal or best wishes from your secret pal, I have to chuckle to myself. I have a secret pal, one who does not send cards on special occasions, but one who makes every day special if I only remember to ask and to surrender my problems. The secret pal is my higher power, and everyone else can have the same friend I do. The key for me is to start each day by turning my life over and asking for serenity and acceptance for the day. If, in my haste to get going in the morning, I do not take the time for my surrender, it is not long before I realize the day is not going well. It is then time for action. Meditation for today. May I not forget it is never too late in the day to turn my life over to you. Today I will remember, greeting cards are always special, but successful days are my secret pal's specialty. Fair use. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. Tradition 1. Can we even have personal recovery without ACA unity? Our first tradition frankly says no. ACA members working the 12 steps recognize the need to place the group's survival ahead of their own selfish needs or their fear-based urge to control others. BRB, Big Red Book, page 492. Our feelings of self-doubt are often revealed by the exchanges we have at a business meeting. They tend to surface in clandestine forms of control and its close cousin, manipulation. When the group is considering taking an action, we may voice a concern or point out that it may violate a tradition. If a course of action is taken that we disagree with, our personal program helps us to admit we are powerless and accept the things we cannot change. We are mindful that unity does not mean complete agreement. Still, we strive for substantial anonymity in making the group's decisions. We actively seek out the voices of dissent, giving them an opportunity to be heard. This ensures that all sides of a discussion are heard, and perhaps compromises may be reached. Actively listening to each other is an exercise in inclusivity. Decisions that raise rancor may have to be tabled or revisited when feelings are not running as high. Nonetheless, if the group's decision is firmly grounded in the ACA tradition, even if we don't agree, we are called on to turn over our personal agenda. The affirmation. On this day, I will be mindful that everyone's voice should be heard on a group issues. If I can contribute my experience, strength, and hope, I will do so without expectations. Being open minded and tolerant is humility in action. You've just listened to DHB Recovery Network Daily, read by day. Share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be.